Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We all see it online, right? The stories of people getting rich overnight, hitting it big on some crypto coin, or flipping a house for a massive profit. And let's be honest, a part of us always thinks, why can't that be me? We're all drawn to the idea of fast money. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Fast money rarely lasts. It's like a flash flood, powerful and exciting, but it disappears just as quickly as it came, often leaving a mess behind. Real, lasting wealth isn't built on a single lucky break. It's built on something far less glamorous but infinitely more powerful: time and discipline. It's about showing up every day, especially on the days when it feels boring and uneventful. Today, we're going to talk about the slow path to wealth, the boring way that actually works. This isn't about lottery tickets or risky bets. This is about building a financial fortress, brick by boring brick. First, you have to understand the game you're playing. Building wealth isn't a casino. It's a marathon. It's not about luck. It's about systems. Think of it this way. Wealthy people don't just stumble into money. They create systems, small, repetitive, almost invisible actions that they perform consistently over a long period. We've all heard the phrase, time in the market, not timing the market. It's a cliche for a reason. It's true. Trying to predict the market's next big move is a fool's errand. The real magic happens when you let your money sit and grow, day after day, year after year. One of the biggest mental shifts you need to make is redefining what progress looks like. In our instant gratification world, slow progress can feel like failure. You check your investment account after a month and it's only up a tiny amount. It's easy to get discouraged. But that slow, almost unnoticeable growth isn't failure. It's compound interest working its quiet magic. It's the foundation being laid. So, stop looking for the explosion and start appreciating the slow, steady climb. Next up, and this one is non-negotiable, you absolutely must live below your means. I'm going to say that again because it's the cornerstone of everything we're talking about. You must live below your means. You can be the highest earner in the world, but if you spend every dollar you make, you will never build wealth. It's that simple. Wealth isn't about how much money flows into your life. It's about how much you manage to keep. Your financial journey truly begins the moment you create a gap between what you earn and what you spend. Think of this gap as your freedom fund. Every dollar that you don't spend is a seed you're planting for your future self. Your job is to protect that gap fiercely. When you get a bonus, protect the gap. When you get a raise, protect the gap. It's not about depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. It's about being intentional with your spending and prioritizing your future freedom over a fleeting present desire. The bigger you can make that gap, the faster your seeds will grow into a forest. Now, let's talk about how to make this easier, because relying on pure willpower is a recipe for disaster. We're only human. We get tired, we get tempted, and we make mistakes. That's why the wealthy don't rely on willpower. They rely on automation. You need to build systems that make good financial decisions for you, automatically. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account the day you get paid. Automate your bill payments, your debt payments, and most importantly, your investments. When your money moves on its own, before you even have a chance to think about spending it, success becomes almost effortless. You're no longer fighting a daily battle against temptation. You've designed a system where the right choice is the default choice. This is how discipline becomes a habit, not a struggle. You pay yourself first, not with what's left over, but right off the top. Automating your finances is like putting your wealth building on autopilot. You set the destination, and the system does the heavy lifting to get you there. So, where should you put this automated money? This brings us to our next point. Invest in simple, boring things. The financial world is filled with new trends, hot stocks, complex derivatives. It's designed to make you feel like you're missing out, to create a sense of urgency. Don't fall for it. The most effective long-term investment strategy is often the most boring one. We're talking about low-cost index funds, ETFs, and broadly diversified portfolios. These aren't the investments that will make you a millionaire overnight, but they are the investments that have historically provided steady, reliable growth over decades. They harness the power of the entire market rather than betting on a single company to succeed. Slow and steady growth will always beat a strategy of quick wins, followed by devastating losses. The stock market is a powerful tool for building wealth, but it rewards patience, not panic. Stick to the tried-and-true path and let others chase the hype. As you continue on this journey, you're going to hit milestones. You'll get a raise, a bonus, or maybe a side hustle will start paying off. This is a critical moment. What do you do with that extra money? The temptation is to upgrade your lifestyle. A bigger apartment, a fancier car, more expensive vacations. But the truly wealthy do something different. They reinvest every single win. When you get a raise, don't upgrade your car. Upgrade your investment contributions. Think of your wealth as a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small and moves slowly. But every bit of new snow it picks up, every dollar you reinvest, makes it bigger and helps it gain momentum. That raise isn't just extra spending money. It's fuel for your financial engine. By consistently reinvesting your wins, you're not just adding to your snowball. You're accelerating its growth. This is how a small, disciplined habit eventually turns into a financial avalanche. This leads directly into one of the most powerful, yet most difficult concepts to master: avoiding lifestyle inflation. As I said before, wealth doesn't come from how much you make. It comes from how much you keep. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. It's when your spending mysteriously rises to meet your new, higher income. You get a 10% raise, and suddenly your expenses go up by 10%. You're working harder, you're earning more, but you're not getting any closer to financial freedom. You're just running faster on the same hamster wheel. The key is to consciously keep your core lifestyle relatively stable, even as your income grows. Of course, you can allow for some small, intentional upgrades over time. But the majority of that new income should go directly toward your savings and investments. Let your net worth rise, not your monthly bills. Every time you resist the urge to inflate your lifestyle, you are buying back your time. You are getting one step closer to a future where you work because you want to, not because you have to. Finally, and this ties everything together, you have to play the long game. The secret ingredient in the recipe for wealth is time. Compounding the engine of wealth growth doesn't care about how smart you are or how much risk you take. It only cares about two things: the rate of return and time. And of all the variables, time is the one you have the most control over by simply staying consistent. A decent plan that you stick with for 20 years will always outperform a perfect plan that you abandon after 6 months because it wasn't exciting enough. Patience is the price you pay for financial peace. There will be market downturns. There will be times your friends are showing off new toys you can't afford. There will be countless moments where you question if this slow, boring path is actually working. In those moments, you have to trust the process. You have to remember that you are playing a different game, a longer game. Building wealth the slow way isn't glamorous. It won't make for a flashy Instagram post. But it's as close to a guarantee as you can get. While others are chasing shortcuts and getting burned, you're quietly, diligently building a foundation of solid rock. And one day, after years of patient, boring consistency, you'll look up and realize that the small snowball you started has become an unstoppable force. You'll have a level of security and freedom that fast money could never provide. And you'll understand that choosing the boring path was the smartest, most exciting decision you ever made. Thanks for watching, everyone. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building real, lasting wealth. I'll see you in the next one.